Hi guys, it's Chidema here. Welcome to my channel. This is a step-by-step tutorial on how to do makeup for beginners. Before I start my brows, I make sure I clean any excess oil on my brows. Then I go in with setting powder or any powder to set the brows so that my pencil will glide easily on my brows. And guys, I have detailed videos on how to make them do your brows or draw your brows. Please do check them out if you don't know how to draw brows. This one is not a detailed video on brows. This is a total step-by-step makeup application for beginners. But if you want to learn how to draw brows, I have the videos dedicated for that. Okay, but all the same, still watch, you can still grab something from this because everything here is self-explanatory. As you can see, after I lining my brows, I go ahead with my foundation shade at the beginning of my brows and on top of my brows. Then I like to define the brows, yeah, and a lighter shade of concealer to highlight my chin brow bones as you're seeing on your screen. The next, this is a concealer, the highlighter concealer I'm going to use to define my underbrow and also to make my brow bone pop out. That's it. After that, I'll go ahead to blend everything, all the concealer and foundation together. And next thing I do immediately after my brows is my skin prep. I'm cleaning my face with micellar water, or if you wash your face with facial wash, and apply your moisturizer to keep your skin hydrated under your makeup. Don't forget to hydrate or moisturize your under eyes as well. And I like to keep my face simple. The next thing I'm going to do is to apply my face primer to control the amount of oil my face produces during the course of my makeup, and also to make my makeup stay mattify all through the day. After that, the next one is my foundation. To apply my foundation, I like to use a little brush like this. This is a concealer brush to distribute my foundation all over the center of my face. I start from the center of my face using the small brush to distribute my foundation. Then after doing that, the next thing I'm going to use a damp beauty sponge. Make sure that the sponge is damp, not wet. And don't go in with your beauty sponge without any products on that beauty sponge before blending any product on your face. As you can see, I'm using the beauty sponge to collect foundation and rub it on my palm. Then I'll go ahead to start blending my face. This will help your makeup to stay put without patches. If you use a beauty sponge that does not have product on it, it might collect some of your product or makeup or your foundation and make it look patchy. As you can see, I avoided my eyes area, and this is what my face looks like after applying the foundation. For my contouring and highlighting, I first warm my contour, as you can see, on my palm with my beauty sponge. Then I warm my cheek with the sponge. Yeah, I warm my cheek with the contour. Yeah, and the perimeters of my face, my forehead, where I want shadows to hit or where I want to hide. Next thing now is I'm applying my highlight, the lighter concealer. This is a 2 shade lighter than my own shade. I applied it at the beginning of my eyes little, and also to carve out my eyes. I want my eyes, I want to have these lifted eyes. I'm applying this way. I'm not applying too much. No, you don't want your under eyes to be cakey, so mind the amount of product you put underneath your eyes. And also I apply the concealer at the bridge of my nose, my cupid bone, my jaw and my forehead. Then before I use my beauty blender, I make sure I have product, my foundation on it before blending my concealer with it. And as a beginner, I don't need to let your concealer to dry out before start blending. It might cause you your makeup because blending might be difficult for you if you let that happen. So once you apply your concealer, blend afterwards. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do So before I must have finished blending the forehead and this middle of my face, that's my forehead, my nose, and the rest, the eyes as more must have dried a little bit. Then I'll start blending. As you can see, I am blending from the outer. When I want to blend my under eyes, I'm blending from the outer to the inside, to the inner. Yeah, this will help, to maintain where your concealer goes, so that you have control over what you are doing, so that your concealer will not be all over your face. Where you want it to be is where you are placing it and blend it in. See how seamless and how simple, easy the blending is, because I did not let it get too tacky. So as a beginner, don't let your concealer to dry out completely. Once you finish blending your forehead and a bit of your nose, go ahead to blend your under eyes. And blend gently, don't swipe, blend, dab, 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 blend gently until the blending is smooth, okay? Once I'm done with my under eyes, next thing I'm going to use is my lipstick. This is a red lipstick as a cream blush. If you have a cream blush, you can go ahead and use a cream blush. If you don't have a cream blush, use any lipstick, any color of lipstick you want to use as a blush. The same part I use as my contour is the same part I'm going to use for the blush. The blush also is part of contouring, So for contouring, for blush, you see how I place my blush? Depending on what you want or the shape of your face. I want lifted face. That's why I put my blush close to my eyes and also blend it towards my hairline. Once I'm done blending, I will, I'll go ahead to highlight my under eyes more. I'm using a very bright concealer just to drop top immediately under my eyes. I drop it like a dot on both eyes, then blend it out. I did not saturate it all over my under eyes. I just blended it towards my inner corners, or inner corners of my eyes. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to use the same part I use for my foundation on my beauty sponge to blend out any harsh line between my contour, highlight, and my foundation, and also go in with my eye under my eyes again to blend it one more before setting. To set my under eyes, I'm going to use this bright color, that's the pressed powder, with a brush to swipe. As you can see, I dab and swipe under my eyes like so. Using this brush, I swipe, blend all the areas I highlighted. And with the same powder palette, I'm using this darker shade to contour my cream contour. Using this angled brush, I'm just going to apply the powder that I'm showing you, just in a circular motion and upwards, not downwards. Apply it all the areas I contoured, my cheekbone and my forehead. And once that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is to bake my under eyes using a setting powder. Before I apply the setting powder under my eyes, I make sure I dust off the excess on the sponge before pressing it under my eyes. As you can see, for the setting powder, I am pressing it in under my eyes. And I like to do this before doing my eyeshadow. This will also help to catch any fallout from my eyeshadow and also to set my under eye and make it stay put. I also use the setting powder on all the areas I highlighted and also do a reverse contour just to chisel out my cheekbone. Then I'll go ahead to set the rest of my face with my face powder. I'm starting with the jawline. As you can see that I first press this press powder, I press it in like this, then I blend it with my face powder, and also I did not touch that under eyes. It's gonna stay there. I will do that after my eyeshadow. For my eyeshadow, I'm using this black gel liner as a base because I'm going to do a blue smoky eyes. try this hack. Try this hack of using a black or dark liner, gel liner as the base for your eyeshadow whenever you are doing a smoky eyes. After applying the base, the gel liner, I'll dab in my blue eyeshadow, the one I'm showing you with this eyeshadow fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm going to dab it, pack the blue eyeshadow where the areas I applied the gel liner. As you can see that it's making the blue eyeshadow to pop out more. The blue is popping out more. Then after applying the blue eyeshadow, I go further around the edges of the blue to blend it with the same brush I used to apply the eyeshadow. Then I'll go in with a blending brush to blend it out further, just to give it that smoky, not too harsh, to avoid harsh lines around the edges of the eyeshadow. Then I'm blending it into my eyebrow and the rest. Yeah, this is what it looks like. I'll do the same thing on the other side of my eyes. That's other eyes. I'm going to repeat the same thing I did here. I'm going to repeat it on the other side. But I'm not stopping there. Just want to give it another look. I'm using a shimmery yellow eyeshadow just to apply on the circle of my eyes, using my finger to blend. Just tap, blend it in. You see that it's going to elevate the look of the eyeshadow, make it have like sunkies or shimmery kind of look. Then I do my lining. I'm using the gel liner, the same gel liner I use for the base. I'm using it to line. I'm not giving it a very sharp winged line. I'm just using it to line my eyes and also my waterline. Yeah, my waterline, my under eyes, I use the same gel liner to do that. I'll go ahead to do my lashes. If you didn't get it, if you want to know how to apply your lashes simple and easily as a beginner, I also have a detailed video on how to apply your lashes effortlessly as a beginner. After that, I'll go in with a cotton board like this, cotton board, to clean the edges of the brow eyes, and also use it to smoke out the gel liner using the same blue eyeshadow I applied earlier. Then I dust off the excess setting powder under my eyes. This is me applying my blush. I apply my blush using this brush. As you can see, the brush is pigmented. After applying it, I'll go in with my powder brush to blend it in for that, so to avoid harsh lines, so it will appear smooth and seamless.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me.
I'll go ahead to apply my setting spray to melt down any powdery effect on the makeup. And before the setting spray dries up completely, I apply my highlighter on the highest point of my cheek and the bridge of my nose. This is the final result, the final look. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please like, comment, share and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye bye.
So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy, and I don't think you have a clue what could that be. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something